The Endicott Police Department are updating the community on an incident that happened yesterday in the village just outside of the Union-Endicott High School. Officials are still investigating what happened after school hours near the Gulf gas station and the American Legion after they reported of a stabbing. Police say one of the injured victims went to the main entrance of the high school to seek help. Per request from the school district, the Endicott Police Department and the Broome County Sheriff's Office will keep extra patrols outside the school in an abundance of caution. Police say 2 minors were hurt in the ordeal and taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. And they are still investigating the incident as a stabbing, despite not knowing what weapon or object hurt the minors. No arrests have been made at this time, and anyone with information is asked to call the Endicott Police Department.